Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech ROM Reviews. Today we're going to go over Resurrection Remix, and this is for the Nexus 6. Just a reminder guys that when I do a review for any ROM and it's on the Nexus 6, if that ROM is available for any of the other Nexus devices out there, this review is pretty much for those devices as well. I have a lot of Nexus devices, and I've tried the Resurrection Remix on every single one of them, and the only differences that I could find between all of the devices were all device-specific options like fingerprint reader, stuff like that. Screen off gestures like the 1+1, things like that. So for the most part, this ROM review is going to be exactly the same. It's going to look exactly the same on your device as it is on my Nexus 6. The thing is I have the microphone for the Nexus 6. I have all of the equipment to do the recording for this device, and it's just easier for me to do it this way. I'm running Nova Launcher right now because I want you guys to see what apps you're going to get as flashed, and that's these apps here. And if you want, I'll even go back and I'll go and get rid of the get rid of the icons and go to system icons. That way you guys can see exactly how it's flashed except for the wallpapers. Alright, there we go. This is what's going to come with it, okay? And I flashed Open Gaps Micro. That's the Gaps package that I flash whenever I flash my Gaps. So this is what you're going to get. I like Nova Launcher because I can actually throw everything into a folder like this and name it. And this folder is actually my downloaded apps. So let's go ahead and move on. And this wallpaper I got off of the Resurrection Remix website too, which is an awesome wallpaper. I'm going to have to put the person that made it, I'll put his name in the description. So if you guys want that wallpaper, just go head on over to the Resurrection Remix site, scroll down to the wallpaper section, and go ahead and download it. I'm going to let you guys see what it looks like. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and get into this. So I was going to theme it, but you know what? I won't. This is Resurrection Remix. It's for the Nexus 6. This is R22, I think. I'm almost positive it's R22. Anyways, this has the February security patch. March is out. So I'm pretty sure Resurrection is going to have a build out very, very soon with that number, or with that security patch in it. I don't think there are going to be very many differences visually anyways as far as the ROM goes. I am running Blackbird kernel, and I've told you in the past, guys, the reason I am is because of forced encryption and things like that, and I like Blackbird kernel. The kernel that comes with Resurrection Remix is an awesome kernel, guys. I just want to make sure I don't get forced into encryption. And I want to make sure that it supports multi-ROM. So that's why I run Blackbird. First up under the configuration is going to be your status bar, clock customizations. Pretty much set up your clock how you'd like. I'd love it if we could color it, but that's one of the few options that we can't color. Then you have your brand logo if you want to run with the brand. Right, left, center, that's where it is. You can color that. You can throw a custom logo up there if you want. I'm not, but if you do, you can pick, you can pick a color if you want, and you can pick from a list of quite a few different custom options to throw in there. So it's pretty cool. I usually go with pitch black if I run it, but I'm not going to run it this time. Battery options are here. These are the icons that you get. As you guys can see, I'm running with no options because Resurrection Remix does come right out of the gate ready to go for the 3-minute battery mod. So if you purchased that app from the Play Store, head on over, install it, and you're good to go. That's all you have to do. They do have a battery bar in this, which is awesome. You can color it. You can run the you can actually switch to a gradient if you want, just by switching that over. I like to actually color mine, but again, that's what's nice about this. You can do whatever you want with it. System icons, these are settings for that. Notification ticker. Weather and temperature. This is going to be that 46 degrees that you see up there in my status bar. Now, when you first set this up, if you don't have your weather widget set up and your clock widget set up, that's not going to show until you set that up, okay? So just bear that in mind. Don't think it's broke. But when you get later on into setting your settings up, I'll show you where that will appear then. Network traffic, if you guys want to run it, and they do give you the option to color it. This is where you're going to change your carrier label or add a carrier label if you want. You basically click where you want it, lock screen, or in the phone, or on lock screen and the phone, or whatever you want. That's where you go. You can color it. You can put whatever you want in there. I usually run Haze Tech, and then I put a little wrench icon next to it. Just makes it look a little professional. But again, for this video, I wanted to keep it fairly clean. Status bar gestures. You have your brightness control, double tap to sleep. System UI tuner, this is going to be basically where you can turn on or off any of the icons. Like right now, it's showing that I'm in Do Not Disturb, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Actually, why isn't that? Let me see volume. There it goes, volume. I have all my volumes down. I'm not in Do Not Disturb mode, but I do have my volumes off, so that's why that's showing. You can turn that off, toggle it. Then you have your Do Not Disturb, which is, I have mine set up. It comes stock, or comes flashed with that switch turned off. I actually like to run it that way, so that means if I hit my volume button, either up or down, let me find it here real quick. You're going to notice that switch. I am in Do Not Disturb. All you have to do is hit that end now, and I won't be. I like having that switch there. It's a really cool feature to have. Breathing notifications are up next, and that's where that's at. Now, if we're going to go, all we have to do now is swipe to the right. It's going to bring up our panel options. Notification panel's up first. Basically, this is your quick shade. Quick shade is kind of like an outline around your drop down if you want. If you go accent color, pick a color here. Or let's go with a custom color. You can pick a color. Let's just go ahead and go blue. I'm going to go all the way over so you can actually see it, so you can see what it does. Now, notice the blue outline. Well, that's what that does. So if you guys want to run with it, you guys can run with it. Now, it's got to do a System UI restart, which is fine. Go ahead and let it do its thing. Beautiful. There we are. We're back into it again. Headers. Awesome. I love headers. You have your custom header image. You can run with it, or if you don't want to run with it, you don't have to. But you can go dynamic, static. These are the headers you can choose from. Now, bear in mind, I do have some apps loaded from the Play Store. They're header apps, and they basically just add more options into this. Okay, so I think I'm running, random. So it just throws up all kinds of things. I mean, if you wanted to go with like, oh man, I don't know. Let's go Resurrection 2, and let's see, the header on that would look like that. But I do want to go back to random. I kind of like random. Actually, we're going to go screwed. That's pretty cool. You have your header image shadow. If you guys want to make it darker or whatever, that's where you do that at. That basically just darkens up your header. Settings shortcut. Yes, I like to. Oh no, that's disable. I keep getting that screwed up. Why in the world would they have that? They should have that toggled on, and then give you the option to turn it off. It just gets confusing. But if you don't want them on there, then you can turn them off, guys, okay? I get that screwed up all the time. That's old age, man, let me tell you. Task Manager. If you guys want to run with the Task Manager, that's where it's at. Volume panel. This is going to be all of your controls on your volume panel right here, okay, guys? So if you're into music and you want to have that all set up, that's where to go. Here's your power dialog. And then notifications are last. You force expanded, all that's in here. Kill app back buttons there as well. So now if we swipe to the right, it's going to bring up our recents, your general UI, immersive recents. I'm running full screen. You guys don't even have to. You can go default, status bar, navbar, however you want to do it. They do give the option for the memory bar. Awesome. I like that. And they have the show clock and the date as well. And that options, you only get those options when you run full screen too, just so you guys know. Clear all button, you can run it, or it comes turned off by default. If you turn it on, then you have 6 options to choose from as far as locations go. Recent style. Again, guys, you can change the button around to however you want. This is where it really starts going crazy. You can do a lot of customizing in this, and I'm not going to hit everything in here, guys. My videos go so long. I do want to show you what they are, at least. I'm not going to get into any deep discussions on them, though. Your hidden apps, well, we don't need to see that. That's if you want to hide your apps. They do have Omni switch if you guys want to run it. And then they have the dedicated use Omni recent switch all the way at the bottom. That's if you guys definitely just want to use the Omni switch. We're going to swipe to the right. That's going to bring up our quick settings. First up is going to be the animations. I like to run rotate super fast, and then linear for my interpolar. You have your quick pull down options, right, left. If you want it, if you don't want it. They do give you the option to kill the animations on here, but it doesn't work, guys. I've tried it. I've switched it on, and it just keeps, the animations just keep going, so it's not working. That's the only thing I found that doesn't work in this ROM. Then, of course, we have tile layout. This is going to be where you pick your columns, your number of columns, your number of rows, both in landscape and portrait. And then last but not least, in here is going to be your advanced settings. Again, this is going to be where you can set up and different toggles for your quick settings, things like that. Service settings for your weather. I have mine enabled and all that. I usually use a custom location, but I'm not this time. You go to your weather map. You can pick Yahoo or whatever. I think if you pick Yahoo, you have to download it. I'm not 100% sure about that. That's it for that. That was advanced. We're going to swipe to the right. It's going to bring up the lock screen. First up are gestures. Then you have your lock screen UI. And one nice feature I like on here is the battery display, because I do have a battery charging display on here. I just got to find it. Maybe not. But I thought they had to. Oh, it might be in the next one. Font options. You can pick your font. What fonts you want on your lock screen. Your date. Next up is going to be the color. There it is, color customizations. Again, guys, you can go crazy with this. And I don't normally have mine set up with all these different colors, but I do this for a reason. Whenever I do these reviews, I want to show you guys just how extensive, how crazy you can get with this. I'm going to go into my lock screen right now and let you guys see it. As you can see, a lot of the stuff I don't have turned on, but what I do have turned on, these are the colors that I picked, just to show you how crazy it can get. Okay? Let's see. Oh, you do have both bottom and center shortcuts. They call them upper, but they're basically the center shortcuts. Weather options are here. This is going to be, weather conditions, monochrome, colored, or V-clouds. Weather settings up top is going to bring up. This is going to be where, once you finish this setting, your temperature will show up in your status bar. This is basically your weather widget is what it is. Security. Pretty much what it is. Lock screen security settings. We're going to swipe to the right, brings up gestures. If you guys want to use gesture anywhere, this is where you go for that. App circle bar. I'm not going to get into that. I have so many videos out. Watch one of my other reviews. I'll explain how to use that. Pi control. Pi is working if you turn it on. Right there it is. All kinds of settings here. I'll go ahead and turn that on. I'll scroll through, let you guys see some of the settings. Well, I guess that's it. But they do have color settings. I mean, just you can go crazy with this. It's Resurrection Remix. They're known for color options, which is really cool. I do like the 3-finger gesture as far as screenshots go. You just use 3 fingers and pull down like I just did there, and it takes a screenshot. Slide to the right is going to bring up buttons. Let me get rid of that screenshot real quick. I guess it's not showing there. Nav bar's up first. These are your Navbar settings. I am running in Smart Bar right now, but if we go to Fling, I'll let you guys see what the Fling settings are. I'm not going to get into them very much. I do get into them on every review, but those are your Fling settings there, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go back into the Smart Bar settings, and these are your Smart Bar settings. If you want to set up your smart or your buttons, your back, home, and recents buttons to do other things, you just click on the toggle button editor, long press on the button of choice, pick an action, pick what you double tap, single tap, or long press, and choose a custom action to choose from. It's as simple as that. All right. That's pretty much your. You can go with Navbar tint. I mean, just all kinds of settings here for this. It does come with pulse as well. I have mine set blue, but you guys can set it up however you want. And then we have the render mode. I have mine on solid lines. You can go fading blocks if you like, which is also pretty cool. It's a kind of a different effect, but really, really cool. Power menu. A lot of options to choose from the power menu. Again, I like that in a ROM. Let's see. Your advanced power restart or your advanced menu is right here for your reboot. You want to make sure you have that turned on. And as a matter of fact, I think that's turned on by default. That's pretty much it for the buttons. We're going to swipe to the right. It's going to bring up our animations. These are your system animations. This is something I really don't mess with, but you do have your list view. I used to screw with this a little bit, but anymore I don't touch it. But if you guys want to, that's where you go with that. This is the feature I like the most out of here is the scrolling modifier. It works great. You just basically turn it on. I usually go with my fling velocity right up around 19.5. Yeah, right about there. Scroll friction set for some reason at 70 units as its minimum, and it's all the way down to 70 units. I usually like to go 20, but for some reason that's what they're setting it at, and it's fine. I still can scroll through my long list really, really quickly, and I like that feature. Toast animations, you can turn it on, set it up for whatever you want. I usually like to go rotate if they have it. Let's go slide in from the right. We're going to pick a color real quick. Let's go black for the background. Oh, that's the icon. No, we want to go, let's go something different. Let's go green for the icon, and text color, we're going to go a nice deep orange. So if I go slide to the left, that'll let you see what it looks like. Pretty cool. Power menu. I like to go with rotation on my animations. You guys, oops, I'm sorry. You guys can do whatever you want with that. That's pretty much it. And your configurations tabs, transition effects. And what this is basically these settings that we're doing right now. You can actually have it do like rotate up. So when I slide to the right, you notice how it's rotating almost like a semicircle. So I'm going to go back to default. Well, let me show something really so you can see it. There. Now you can see it. Now it only works in these settings, okay? I'm going to go back to default. Under interface, you have your ambient display. If you guys want to run with it, you basically just turn it on and go to town with that. I usually don't run ambient. Dashboard. Configuration styles, I'm going nougat. If you change that, it's going to change the whole look. I don't want to screw with this while I'm doing a video, but you guys can change that around. You can go classic or nougat. I'm going to stay with nougat. I don't see anything else on here that I really want to go. Oh, suggestions, you can turn them off. Thank God, I hate them suggestions. So that's where you can turn that off at. You can change your columns, and this is for your actual settings tab. Input options, keyboard, stuff like that, and of course heads up. I don't run with it. You guys can if you want. I don't. Don't particularly care for heads up. I think it's intrusive, but that's just me. I know you guys like your, everybody's different. Then of course all the way at the bottom you can go screenshot, crop, and save if you want. or crop and share. You click that on. It gives you the feature to crop it and then immediately share it out. I like to do that all on my own through the gallery app. So I have it turned off. You guys can run it if you want. Under miscellaneous SE Linux switch options, since I'm running Blackbird, it's already in permissive, so I'm not going to mess with that. But you guys can switch it over to enforcing if you want. You know, clock. This is your clock widget, Nat. You know, you can set that up however you want. Weather, clock. Whoops. And your clock. Let me see. Wake locks. I highly recommend you stay out of that. Headset options. Alarm blocker. Again, guys, make a backup before you screw with it. Same thing with the system app removers. And last but not least is About Phone. Or About, which gives you links to their website, you know, Facebook, Google+, stuff like that. It just gives you an idea of who the developers are, what the ROM's about, and things like that. Under display, quickly, there's nothing really different on here that, you know, that I haven't seen on any other Marshmallow build. Sounds, pretty much the same way. These are your other sounds. And usually I go over security quickly. Notice it says encrypt phone under encryption. That means I'm not encrypted, which again I flashed the FED patch, and then I flashed super user SR3 version 279, and then I'm using Blackbird kernel. And last but not least is going to be developer options. Make sure you have that unknown sources ticked on. Also, this is your root access. Although if you flash super user, you don't need to worry about that. I always click on that and click apps ADB anyways, regardless. There's your Android debugging. Make sure that's turned on. You're going to need that in case you hit a wall. Drawing, it's all set at 0.5, 0.5, and 1. This is how I have it set. And those are what I recommend. It really makes things run a lot smoother in Nougat, at least I think. And that's it, guys. About the only thing I haven't done is show you that Substratum works. This is the new Substratum. The new Substratum is working with us. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back on that I had, which was Pastel Dark. We're going to go ahead and click Enable Installed Overlays. Click OK. And I'm going to pause it. Well, maybe not. It'll be pretty quick. And that's going to bring up just that. And it's pretty cool. The theme itself is cool, but I like to go even further. So now what I'll do is I will go back and I will scroll down to the Substratum Vivid quick settings. And I'm going to go ahead and, since I already have this, you know, I already built them. I just disabled it for the video. I'm just going to go ahead and enable it. And give it a second there. This shouldn't take long neither. And there we go. And we're back. Now if I click home and I go up here and look, I get some circles on some of my icons. Now if I do a restart, a lot of these are going to change. I highly recommend, even though you don't have to restart your system whenever you're using Substratum, I do still highly recommend that you do a system restart, and you don't have to do a complete restart, you know, but just do a soft reboot. That's going to really set the theme for you. Well, guys, that's it. That's Resurrection Remix, the latest. I think, man, I want to say R22. I can't remember. Let me go in here quickly into my downloads, and I'll tell you quickly. RRN58. Yep. Let me see what that is here. Yeah, it's not going to let me access it. Let me see. Properties, and it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's R22. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I do have more coming. As soon as Pure Nexus drops their update, I will be giving you guys a review on that, so be looking for that. And guys, I will see you on the next one.